listening to Time and Space on 22nd Century Radio.
So again, it is the Colombo Night Races episode of Time and Space .us. I'm trying to do a live TV show version for you folks. So what you're seeing is actually me. This is not just some random audio matched up with weird pictures. No, I'm trying to do the show for you here, right?
Find us on the internet, timeandspace.us, and Time and Space Radio Show on Facebook.
I want to get online. I need a computer.
Well, we promised you something, that Colombo is going to be changed. Well, definitely it's a change here. And we're going to bring you all live updates only on CSN. And we have 14 events lined up, including a three-wheel race. And there's going to be some supercars, as well as a Toyota Etios, a car that they are trying to introduce, and that is not a car that is in the market.
You're listening to Time and Space on 22nd Century Radio.
Everything's under control, situation normal.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the highlight of the Colombo Night Races is about to happen. The GT3 GT4 races are about to take place, and for that we of course have the Lamborghinis, Porsches, Aston Martins and Lotuses taking part in this particular event. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that all of you have been waiting for, the highlight of the Colombo Night Races. Of course, we have the likes of Dilantha Malagamu and Mahesh Pereira with their races, with their cars. This is the first time in Sri Lanka that this particular race is about to happen. So we're making history right here at the Colombo Night Races 2012.
Thank you, Sasha. Well, there you go. That's the statement. And if you're just joining us from home, you're watching Colombo Night Race 2012. Well, this is going to be interesting, exciting, breathtaking, electrifying. You just name it. Whatever the word you can put for excitement, yes, that is going to be. It's going to be GT3 and GT4. Well, there you go. This is what we've been talking about, the Lamborghini, Porsche, Aston Martin, as well as Lotus. Look at that lineup. You can see Mahesh Pereira, Simon Lawrence, Zen Low, Ian Geeky, Jackie Young, Katayama, Gerard Yap, Hu Cheng, and our favorite racer, Dilantha Malagamo. Yes, it's going to be the #1 event for the evening. Joining me in the commentary box is Mahen.
Thank you. Yes, I think just as mentioned, we are going to have one hell of a race here. And these cars are keeping such a pace. When you look at one of these races, when you look at another one, you tend to think that they are pretty low. Well, looking at the lineup there, we have Mahesh Pereira, as we mentioned earlier. Mahesh, I had the opportunity of having a chat with Mahesh in the evening, and he's brought a Toyota Supra all the way from England. Just flew out to Sri Lanka on Thursday. He told me that he was going back tomorrow, maybe or day after morning, taking the car back. So Mahesh Pereira tuning his own Supra. He drive or no mean repute. We used to see Mahesh Pereira run every track in Sri Lanka many years ago, but he's domiciled in England now, almost out of Sri Lanka for about 20 years. So he's come back for the Colombo Night Race. That's what Mahesh Pereira. Then we have, of course, our very own Dilantha Malagama. We just spoke about Dilantha earlier on. Dilantha is one of our great ambassadors of racing. He's doing very well in Malaysia. He's virtually living in Malaysia. We can see those stickers, Dilango Racing. That's a racing school that he's got over in Malaysia. Any of you are interested, you can contact him. Go over to Malaysia for the weekend and he'll teach you how to drive a race car. So that's Dilantha Malagoma behind the wheel of the Lamborghini. Lamborghini, as you know, famous for speed and handling, but more famous since of late we see the Lamborghini mentioned in the papers for all sorts of reasons. Well, that's Lamborghini not here for that today. It's only for racing in the hands of Dilantha Malagoma. Then we have, I think, so Dilantha Malagoma has put in a blistering lap at 1:47.275. 1 minute 47.275. Well, that's a timing put in for the 4.43 kilometer track here. So any of you at home want to get that calculator out, divide, and you can get the average speed that Dilantha would have been doing. I'm sure I had the opportunity of asking him. I think the Lamborghini down Golf Face Green was doing about almost a 260 to 270 kilometers per hour. So can you imagine, that's pretty fast.
Well, I spoke to him. In fact, I had the luxury of interviewing him soon after the last year's night races. And he said he was talking to quite a few people, top people in the country, and they have said the speed was not that much visible. So he has said the stretch in front of Chatham Street, they have done about like you said 260 to 265 this thing. Well, but we are going down for an interview now with Charuni. Once that is done, we'll be talking more about Dilantha Malgamo's Lamborghini. Stay tuned.
ඔව් මේ වෙලාවේ කොලම්බෝ නයිට් රේසස් එක එකතු වෙලා ඉන්න අයට අලුත් දේවල් එකතු කරගන්න පුළුවන් කියලා අපි කලිනුත් කිව්වානේ. ඉතින් මම ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ තවත් විශේෂ තැන.
Well, if you're joining from home, this is the ideal moment that we've been waiting for. We were talking about these Lamborghinis. There you go. That is the Lamborghini, that is the Porsche, that is the Aston Martin, as well as the Toyota Supra, who's standing way on top with these big names. And this is something unique. You never get to see these cars racing in Sri Lanka, and this is the second time, but this time we have included the Lamborghinis. So it's going to be brilliant and wonderful, electrifying, and it's going to be breathtaking watching these guys, all superstar drivers, big names in the Asian region, starting from our very own Dilantha as well as Simon Lawrence. They race in big leagues, and by taking part in this, they are making this league definitely a big league and also a recognized league. So it's going to be one of the top events in future, and currently you just enjoy this race. Look at those cars lining up. Well, Hishan? Well, in fact, the car right in front is a real hero.
That's a rolling start. I think you should have told them. Here, this is what you call a rolling start. They don't stop. The starter will watch them coming round, and he'll just allow them to continue. A rolling start. I don't know, I think they brought the laps down in this particular race. I don't know how much they're running tonight, though they said 12 to 15 laps, but yes, we have been told it's 8. So we have been told it's 8 lap race. The organizers have decided to bring the laps down. Yes, it's on screen, 8 laps.
Well, maybe the idea to bring down the number of laps is to make it more competitive?
No, I think the time factor.
Okay.
Time factor, because going into late into the morning, so I think they have brought the laps down in every race.
Dilantha Malagamo leading very, 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 very comfortably. And there you go. But surprising, like, even though it's a rolling start, everybody was on the move, and immediately Dilantha took off.
Just because that's a pretty fast car. The rules of the rolling start is the first and the second. We'll just try to keep the like the grid positions. They come past the start, come into the start finish line, and the starter is happy. Then he says, "Where's the green flag?" and they continue. But if he's not happy with the grid position, he'll let them go on one more lap. But that doesn't mean that he'll get 9 laps. Still, the race is 8 laps. Well, that's how the international racing rules go.
That's a bit of rules and regulation. So there you go. Look at that. This is the stretch that we have to talk about. Last year, Dilantha said he did 240 on this stretch. So I'm sure this is right in front of the WTC. As soon as they enter the Galadari stretch from there till the hairpin bend, it's about half a kilometer there.
Yes.
I'm sure that he's doing more than that.
Yeah.
Easily.